Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and thank you, David, for giving us this opportunity. My name is Laura, and I'm going to moderate this session with my other two amazing volunteers and workers for these events, Albert and William. How are you today? How are you feeling?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
So would you like to introduce yourself shortly, please?
Yeah, I can go
Albert,
ahead.
you can go first.
Sure. So my name is Albert. I basically am the co-founder of Cookbook Technologies. We're accelerating meal kit service adoption here in Southeast Asia. And I basically do everything from business to accounting, mainly. Thanks, David. William.
Awesome. Well, I am from South Dakota. I founded a few companies there that ended up failing, and then joined a startup as a product manager. The startup is Property Meld. It's a prop tech company making maintenance management software for single family rental property managers. And well, I'm involved in entrepreneurship, therefore I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to introduce myself a bit. I am CEO and co-founder of Glot Learning. We create apps for learning foreign languages. And I also founded Seas Languages and Wine. We create language courses for the wine industry. And as you can imagine, I love wine and I love languages. Okay, so can you please share with us, why did you join Founder World? And how did you hear about it as well?
Well, I can take this first, but yeah, I moved to California from South Dakota after I graduated college, and moved to the Bay Area, living in Mountain View, and wanted to get involved with the entrepreneurial community there. I was involved with entrepreneurial community in South Dakota, and that is a little bit smaller, but now I'm in California and want to meet people. So Founder World was a good opportunity to meet fellow entrepreneurs, investors, etc.
And how did you hear about Founder World?
Well, I attended a SVE hiking event that David was hosting in, I guess, at the Stanford Dish Loop in Palo Alto. Went on a hike, met him. He was asking for volunteers, and
Nice.
I joined.
Awesome. Thank you, Albert.
I guess building on what Saz was talking about earlier, I mean, I've been involved with a few communities, both locally and internationally, and I understand the power of those networks. And so I guess that's how I came about Founder World. Also, that's why I actually like volunteered, because I'm here in the Philippines. It's at around like 4 a.m. here in the Philippines. I'm trying to like what I'm trying to do is more of maybe like represent the country and maybe the region itself, because we're basically a region that's getting a lot of attention from a lot of investors right now. And I think what I want to do is basically, I mean, joining here, it's try to like bridge other founders here in the Philippines and introduce them to the global community of founders.
All right. And how did you hear about Founder World?
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, I've been involved with like a few other communities before. So most of them are similar communities. That's how I came about Founder World. Also, actually, joined the SVE demo last September. So that's how I came about.
Awesome. Thank you. And well, in my case, I joined because I also wanted to, I'm originally from the Argentina, and I had just I just arrived to the US and wanted to meet the ecosystem and learn more about how things work here. And it was an amazing opportunity. Also, I love the vision. I also love that it's going global and it's not as close that, like right now, we are already an international team. And I heard about it through SBE demo. I'm also a former student from IDO, so everything was like the round circle. And also you too, Albert. And so that's how I heard about Founder World, formerly SVE demo. And what do you like the most about Founder World?
Well, I guess Founder World is a great organization. I've learned a ton already here. I mean, David's taught me a ton about investment, and listening to speakers at this conference this week has been fantastic. Realized there was a lot to learn. But in addition to that, working with you, Lara, and Albert, you two are amazing, and really help Founder World stay as a great organization.
Thanks, William. Well, for me, Laura, the best part about it is really like meeting different people from different backgrounds, and having their own experience, reliving those experience, and relating to those experience, going through this journey. I guess that support and that community is really helpful. So you basically go here to like connect with people and also like build those long-term relationships, because you never know what will happen. The journey that we are in as founders is really long, so it's important that we get advice or like ideas from people that are in the same journey as well.
Yeah, what I like about Founder World is that it's a space for learning and growing. And one of the things that made me realize I love entrepreneurship is that we don't complain about problems all the time, but mostly we try to find solutions. And it's great to find like-minded people trying to find solutions to the already existing problems. So yeah, and also it's been great working with you and David, who knows so much about this. It's like an amazing opportunity. So has any of you worked as a volunteer before?
I'll take this one.
You got it, Albert.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, in college, of course, I've been involved with a few communities, basically manage like 75 schools with around 15,000 members, and we're doing like weekly events. But apart from that, that's really like one of the major communities that we've been building. And I guess this one is more of like a global community that I've been involved with. William?
Yeah, thank you. So when I was back in South Dakota, I helped organize a startup weekends. They're a TechStars a subset organization that helps early founders learn how to start companies and learn the basics of entrepreneurship. And in addition to that, I volunteered for various entrepreneurial organizations in the Rapid City area of South Dakota. But this is the first organization I've participated in outside of South Dakota.
Awesome. Well, I'm volunteer for an NGO called Respond Crisis Translation. We work on providing language access to refugees and asylum seekers. So I understand what grassroots organizations work like a little bit, and I love it. How would you recreate a community of founders after the pandemic? This is Albert's suggested question. So I think we will start with you, Albert. Maybe you have ideas.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess Martin was talking about the things that they're doing on their end, because it's really important that we, post-pandemic era, we have to like face a situation wherein, everything is done virtually, and how do we actually like community build virtual ecosystems on a global level. And so some of the things that, I mean, Martin mentioned it, that they've been starting with like a Slack group for Founders Institute. On our end, here in the Philippines, what we do and the things that we use, to be specific, um, we try to like create this virtual co-working space, because the thing about what makes Silicon Valley works is there's density. So what creates that effective startup community is to have that density, and how do you actually like take that online? So with the presence of like a lot of stakeholders on board, and create that thriving startup ecosystem virtually. So on our end, here, what we did was try to like take different stakeholders, and we use Gather That Town to basically have a lot of different companies in just one space, and they're building like virtual office spaces, and we create those, how do you call it, spontaneous connections every day, and work with different types of companies basically online, and I guess that's something also that we have to like face with Founder World, now that we're going online. um, of course, we have these events, but how do we make sure that we keep those relationships, and how do we continue to empower founders now that everything's virtual?
Okay, thank
Great
you.
answer.
Bill, do you want to add something to it, or?
Sure. I mean, Founder World is a great organization that's allowed all of us to meet virtually. And if we keep hosting more events, hosting virtual socials and these conferences, we'll be able to continue building out that network of founders and investors who can help each other. So, yeah.
All right, thank you. I don't have much to add. What are Founder World's highlights in your opinion? Do you have your favorites? Bill, you can start.
I would say probably I like the speakers the most. I think that's the highlight of this conference. That obviously comes from biases. I have a lot to learn and less experienced, and so just listening to the various speakers and learning from those, like it's I think our best thing.
Thank
For
you.
me, it's the energy that we get from a lot from the founders that pitched yesterday was really awesome. I guess that's it. So meeting these amazing founders and learning how they did what we're supposed to also do, is, I guess, life changing.
Okay, thank you very much. My personal highlights are also the speakers, and personally, I like solving matters nobody knows about in the last minute. Because I enjoy that. Some adrenaline in between, so that reminds us that we are also in the process.
We had a lot of that during Founder World.
So yeah, it's kind of like what founders are junkies of. I think like this adrenaline of being ready for anything, the unexpected. And how do you envision Founder Work for 2022?
I could take this first. Honestly, rather than about 100 applicants, I hope we get to about 500 applicants next year and increase up to 20 or 30 finalists. And then when we all meet at David's ranch, we got a lot more people too. So basically, I envision a much larger founder world. Albert?
Bert?
Yeah, for me, I don't know, maybe yes, I guess numbers wise, we definitely have to work on increasing the number of applicants that go into it to apply for the finale. Second is I want to see somewhere along the lines of actually like having a lot more representation with different founders from different parts of the world. And I guess one of the things that we can do to do that is actually like establish a presence within like major capital cities and like doing small community events there that would eventually drive up the applicants that can join the finale demo for 2022.
Okay. I will use Ido's words. He is after 5,000 startups, so maybe somewhere in between. So a lot more applicants, a lot more finalists, a lot more sponsorship and backing. I guess we can grow more. I also take Albert's word that we want this to become global. I come from the Latino community, and of course, there is a lot going on over there, same as in Asia, and we would like that to be also represented. That was also one of the main topics: diversity, finding the value in otherness and in innovative everything. Not only ideas but people. So yeah, to see that represented in Founder World, I think that is possible for the next year and something we will probably work on for the coming years. What do you think are the most urgent needs for Founder World? If there are anything that you would like to mention, maybe more volunteers. That's off the top of my head. Just saying. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, more volunteers, more participants, more organic growth. And so each of us on this call can also be marketing Founder World for next year as well, and getting the people we know to be involved.
Definitely. I second William on that. I think grassroots marketing is what we need. We need to somehow increase word of mouth about Founder World and the things that we're doing here, which are really exciting. I love that we have amazing panels, group of judges that are part of David's community, but we have to basically learn how to work on doing live events virtually. That I think we have there's a lot of things that we can improve down the line. But I'm really happy with what we did. Given the time frame that we got, we accomplished a lot in just such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I also think we were talking about this with you, Bill, as well, and making some things more automatic or less like manual. There must be a way. We will figure it out. And also, yeah, just like making it, refining this and making everyone feel more comfortable. And I will again, excuse me, there were some spelling mistakes here and there. We will correct that. And it's things that happen when you have sometimes a lot. But I think overall it was like very, very, very good experience. Is there something, what are your takeaways from this experience? Your personal takeaways? Oh, Albert is, Bill, you're on because Albert is muted.
Personal takeaways. I guess one thing that I've been thinking about throughout this conference is it's evident to be a good entrepreneur, you need to be very good. You need to be a domain expert on a problem set, and know it inside and out. And someone as somebody who's relatively still learning and experienced, I see that like that's my next step, is becoming a domain expert in a problem set, whether that's education tech or prop tech or some industry. And so that's probably my biggest takeaway from this event.
Thank you. Albert?
For me, it's that's a really interesting question, Laura. I learned a lot of things from David, but I guess one of the things that struck me the most is what he said about there are already like a lot of startups doing probably like similar technologies that you're going to be doing. So when you present, you need to show them how different will you be and why will you be successful compared to the rest. And that's what you need to like show to, you know, to the judges and to the investors that you'll be talking to, and be more confident in like showing that. So yeah.
Well, my personal takeaway is the value of human connection, and also like a very present sentence in most of the speakers is that, and also that they are human, they like human beings, that we shouldn't be afraid to approach them. But the thing about the warm introductions, so if you want to succeed, you need to be part of the tribe. You need to know how to become part of it and find your own place in a way. So that's my personal takeaway, that first, don't be afraid. They're just human beings. They've done different things. And also, I'm happy to find people that I can look up to, or always be learning from others. Sometimes things that they did and some things that you wouldn't like to do. Everything is a wonderful teaching experience. So that's my personal takeaway. Yeah, and the importance of connection, and that we have like these center that people can come and that everyone is welcome, and to give your best. And also, like, when you do your best, even if you fail or succeed, you know, it doesn't matter, because at least you try. Like, you always have the no before you did anything. Then if it didn't work, you have the experience. So yeah, maybe it's kind of a cliche, but like, it's nice to see that it's real. Well, is there anything you would like to add or comment or say before we finish this conversation?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming, and shout out to Laura and Albert. You were amazing organizers at this event. Albert, you made some amazing imagery and posters, and Laura, you kept us in line, making sure we got our stuff done. Also helped with lots of newsletters. Thank you.
Thank you, Albert.
I guess I want to like thank everybody for coming, for also sharing your experiences and knowledge to us, and for you guys. I really enjoy this and hope we can do this again next year.
In person, hopefully, with you. Thank you. Also, lots of gratefulness to everyone. It's been awesome working with you. And also, David, thank you for creating this space and